All right, today's study ball is going to take a look at national champion Will Howard. Thought he had a really, really good year at Ohio State. A guy I've been watching all the way back to his time at K-State because he played with my son Kade. So I've had a chance to watch him a lot in person and then watch the tape of this year. And I will say, I think there was tremendous growth from who he was as a passer at K-State to what I saw last year at Ohio State, which excites me about what the possibilities are moving forward. As I said, had a tremendous year, did a lot of things, made a lot of throws, high completion percentage, all of those things. The one thing I would say about Will is I still wonder if he's just a natural passer. There's some guys that just are natural throwers of the football, and they don't kind of fight throwing the ball each and every time. And so I know it sounds kind of like a weird comment, but kind of what I see on tape is he makes a lot of plays and he makes a lot of really, really good reads, but he misses a lot of throws that I say are should be kind of routine throws. And that's kind of what I'm talking about, is that sometimes he fights throwing the football. It's not just fluid and effortless. And so that's my one question with Will moving forward. And I'll show you as we dive into the tape what I'm talking about. But, so many good things on tape to like about Will Howard. I'm excited to see where he's going to end up. All right, so the tape that I chose was not any of the playoff games. I said he had the best 4-game run that I watched when he went through the playoffs. I thought he was incredible. But I went back to the first Oregon game that they played to kind of just take a look during the season, where it wasn't necessarily, getting into that rhythm and everything working out in his favor during that run. Let's go back and see kind of what he was all year long, okay? And so this is one thing that I saw that I liked. I talk a lot about processing. I want to see guys go from their first read to their second read to their third read and be able to work through things in a timely fashion. So they're going to come out and run what looks like a choice, or maybe it's just an automatic out route right here. Will looks at it, doesn't like it. This guy is matching to his out. You're going to see him quickly come back to his number 2 over on this side. Boom, right there. I like it. Little pop of the feet, get balanced up, ready to make that throw as he turns. Now this ball gets knocked down, but I like the process, something that I want to continue to pay attention to with all these guys. The ability to process information quickly is going to be key. I've said it, about all these guys. I'm not sure any of them are great athletes where they can survive in the athletic world at the next level in terms of buying extra time and prolonging decision-making because they're really good athletes. I think they're going to have to process quickly. And so it's something that I'm looking at when I'm watching these guys play. All right, so here's a look at kind of what I'm talking about. Okay, flat corner. Okay, we're going to read the high-low right here. I like the read. I like the decision. I like the timing. Okay, everything. He gets this guy to go flat-footed. Perfect. He's flat-footed. He can't turn and cover the corner route. But you're going to see a number of throws like this where ball just kind of launches a ball high and outside. And these are the kind of things that I'm talking about, is just kind of fighting some of these throws that should be kind of natural and easy. Okay. I like this. Now, the ability to kind of see ahead of time. So they motion out to the outside, and here's what I love. Soft coverage to the outside. They're going to run a double slant combination right here. Now, we always talk about this kind of being an inside-out read, but really who we want to throw it to is the outside slant. Now, we're verifying that the guy covers the inside slant, or the inside slant doesn't just pop open. But really, the idea is to take the outside slant. It's easier. It's not. It doesn't happen as fast. It doesn't mess with your footwork as much. So you want to be able to pre-snap, come out and look at what you have, in terms of alignment to the double slant. I got press on the inside. So even if he wins quickly, the guy might be right on his back. All I want this guy to do is chase. Just chase and clear out this area right here. I've got off coverage on the outside. Let me just come out and take it, right? So there's an opportunity where you could say, hey, you could put this on the inside slant. Yes, you can, but it's going to be bang, bang. Like I said, a guy on his back. I like the soft coverage outside and getting the ball out on time. So seeing it, nice job. A little pressure there. Puts the ball on the outside number. I like it. I like the decision. I like the pre-snap process. It's such a huge key, that pre-snap. Seeing what the look is before the snap to give you a better indication once the ball is snapped, what I think is going to happen. Still read it out, still have to react to what the defense does, but it gives you an inkling in your mind of where I might be going with this football. All right, so here's another one, the process. We're going to start out to the right side. We're going to run a little bit of a choice route here, and then we've got this throw up over the top. Doesn't like it. You're going to watch how the defense kind of matches to it. Doesn't like it here, okay? The safety works back here. We're going to come back here to number 3. Not an easy throw, but comes back, finds it, makes a nice throw out in front of his guy, allowing him to make a play. But you see the footwork. Read it to the right, come back to the left, balanced. Nice throw up over the top for the chunk play. Okay, processing. We're going to fake the toss here, and we're going to try to run this, stutter here, and then we're going to try to get this guy down the sideline. Process. Okay, we read it through. Okay, we get everybody to clear out. Now I'm looking at this right here. What happens here? Can he get through clean so I can make that quick throw? The guy jams him and bangs him. No problem. Bounce off of it and get it down to your underneath guy on the check down. So what we're already seeing that I really, really like is his ability to see what's going on down the field and work through his progressions. All right, tough one here. They're going to bring pressure. You know, I'm always looking at trying to find pressure situations and how they handle pressure. So they bring a free hitter here, and he's looking to hit this little kind of bullets route here to this guy. But he recognizes that they're playing zone back behind it, so he doesn't have the number 1. All right, now what do? Okay, your ability to be able to process this information. So one thing he could do is buy a little bit of time and try to hit the shallow coming from the backside as kind of a second hot. Or he's going to show he's got a little bit of that athletic ability, right? Not a great athlete, but for a big guy, I think he moves pretty well. You can do some different things with him, but does a nice job of just getting out of this. And instead of getting a negative play, smart move, just flip the ball out of bounds. So you like to see just a little bit of that ability to escape when need be. Can't escape like that, then you've got to be able to make that second reaction hot and throw the shallow. Either one of them works. For me, I'm not eluding anybody. I had to have that plan. For other guys, hey, I don't have number 1. Now it's my job to make somebody miss and create a positive play. Okay, I like the read right here. Now again, just first read, but we're going to bring interior pressure. Boom. Now we got to get this ball out of our hands, see it. Sense of urgency, nice ball right on the face mask to his quick shallow route. Okay. Again, off of pressure. Play fake, trying to get the big post over the top. But they're bringing pressure. They got an extra guy coming. Where's my answer? Can't hold it for the post. Doesn't happen quick enough. Nice reaction. Get it out. Positive play. We got pressure. What do you do under pressure? Find and know where your completion is. Pick up a first down. All right, the ability to see coverage and make different kinds of throws. We can go here, and then they're going to run a little shoot wheel, and it's this safety that has to get over the top to cover that shoot or the wheel. All right, so if he throws this down the field, because this is designed, if you get man-to-man coverage underneath, you're going to sell it, and then we're going to throw it up over the top. But you get high coverage like this, great recognition by Will going, okay, I see him, I feel him coming up over the top, I can't lay it into the end zone, I got to drive this kind of a back shoulder throw right here, boom, beautiful throw, right in the hole, like the timing, like the pace on it for the touchdown. You're seeing a lot of things that you really like. Not a cannon arm. Ball doesn't come flying out of his hand, but you like the ability to make the throws down the field, the second level throws, the ability to change the pace on the football and recognize how to make different throws. That's one thing that I always talk about. Do these quarterbacks know how to make different throws? When they can put touch on it, when they have to throw it hard, when they have to shift it to a back shoulder and it's not perfectly drawn on the board, and then the ability to anticipate. I like it. And again, you see some of the fighting on the throw here, like a wide open receiver here, and how he brings it all the way back and it becomes a diving throw. Now maybe the timing and maybe the receiver's a little bit off, but there's just times where I see Will kind of fighting different throws, and that's what I mean by a natural thrower. Now I love the timing. Back, quick hitch, let it go to our one-on-one on the outside. Just want to see a little bit more accurate of a throw. Okay. All right. Like the decision. Run the deep pylon here. His guy gets leverage. Now, again, like to see him be able to just kind of set up and lay this ball out there. Fights a little bit, tries to drive it a little bit. See a little bit more anticipation. You see the ball's going to end up well short of his receiver, even though the catch is made right there. Get back, see it, lay the ball up in the air. But another second level completion. So we're seeing a lot of those second level type completions, which is always huge. Okay, the process. We're going to fake wide receiver screen. We're going to try to get this guy down the sideline. They cover it. They don't bite. Now we're going to work back here again, going through the process, working through his progressions, comes back to the middle of the field. Boom, right on the money for a big play. Love it. Seeing the feet and the eyes working together and an accurate second level throw. Okay. And again, you're seeing the process. Okay, he's going left. Feet are left. Boom, trying to bounce back here to find something in the middle. Doesn't like it here. And then once again, just showing enough athleticism, buying some time, eyes down the field. Nice throw for the touchdown. Enough of a player here to be able to buy you a little extra time and make some of these plays. And we've seen that really with most of the quarterbacks that we've looked at. They've all got, a level of athleticism where they can prolong things and make a few plays for you on the move. Just can't live in that world, in my opinion, at the next level. Love it. Love the throw right here. Coming back, okay? And even though it's slow to get out here with the flat, he's reading this defender right here. Can I make that second level throw? And he gets a little hesitation right there, and you see it. Great throw, up and down, on the corner route, manipulating that corner, seeing the corner, making a play. Here we go with the timing again. Love it. Get back, know what you see, because it's all got to be based on the pre-snap. Come out, feel that corner out of there, hit that back foot, lay the ball out there on time. Easy completion. Again, always like looking from the backside hash all the way out to the numbers. No problem. Good timing, good throw. Love the feet. Okay, a little RPO. RPO off of this guy. This guy starts to come down. Okay, once again, easier throw is probably the outside guy, but the ability to find the window, and then I just like the pop of the feet. Boom, boom. Pop, get set. Use the core to engage right here, and then read it through. This guy holds in no man's land. You feel like there's a window right here. Bang, ball's out. Nice accurate throw because he brings his feet with the throw. Well done. All right, so things that I'm always looking at. And again, things that you want to see guys work on at the next level. And a lot of these plays in college, pure progression. Start here, do this, do that. Okay, we've got double slant over here. All right, what I always say on double slant is we got to count the number of underneath defenders to that side. 1, 2. We got 2 underneath defenders to the left side here. I'm not reading double slant because they've got a guy for the inside slant. They've got a guy for the outside slant. On the other side, they're going to run a stick combination, which is a stick and a flat. All right, we get off corner coverage to that side. So I really like to read this outside defender, especially because of that motion right there. So I'd love to see Will recognize, hey, they have a numbers advantage to the bottom. My best opportunity is going to be to read this defender over here to this side, and boom, you're going to have one of the two. If you feel like he's falling back, just kick it to your flat right here. If you feel like he's wide enough, you could stick it to your stick, but he's late because he starts to the left-hand side and tries to progress through, and now he's late getting there, finds the flat, late for a couple yards, but all about a numbers game. Being able to understand what takes away the double slant. 1, 2 defenders, get off of it and read this guy over here right now, and you've got yourself a completion. And I keep saying, one of the things that I think a lot of disadvantage for these quarterbacks when we're asking them to pure progress across the field. Hey, you got to start here and then work across. We're going to try to make it easier for you, but I want to see quarterbacks that can think and can play faster by seeing things pre-snap and getting the ball out of their hands, because you don't have the luxury of holding it at the next level. Okay, so here's another one. Fighting the throw. Going to the outside. I like the decision, the one-on-one. But again, you see the ball kind of dying, fighting it. A lot of these throws that to me should be more elementary and easy. Doesn't mean you hit every one of them, but the ball should come out looking the same each and every time. And it should be kind of a fluid motion when throwing the football. And I feel like Will, at times, can struggle with that. But like I said, seeing him at K-State, I felt like when he first came in, he was more of a runner that could throw the football. And then he progressed, and he goes to Ohio State, and he becomes more of a passer and a more of a pass-first type team. So he's growing each and every year, and that's what excites me about the possibilities moving forward. Okay, here's the double slant again that I was talking about. Boom, boom. Now you're going to see, again, there's a possibility of hitting that inside slant right there, but we're looking at the outside leverage, off coverage. Okay, as long as I get this guy to kind of be attentive to the inside slant, I want to get it right outside right now. Exactly what he does. Boom, works through it quick, sticks the ball on the numbers. Really well done. All right, nice throw right here. We get kind of a lazy corner. Doesn't save him a lot of room over here, but we're going to read this corner on the outside. He jumps the hitch. Good timing, one hitch. Nice throw on the second level, kind of fitting it in there. You see how the receiver just lazy angle right to the sideline. Makes it really tough in trail technique to put this ball in there. But you see a lot of these really good second level throws, which definitely have to excite you if you're a team looking to draft him. All right, so come out, little pivot, and then the corner. All right, so again, I want to see guys work through the process. Then they've got their cross right here. So he doesn't like the quick pivot. Okay, now you go to the next one. See leverage. All right, you got a guy running a corner route with outside leverage by the DB. Don't try to force it. Just kind of work through your progression. See the crosser coming right there. Instead, tries to force this throw in up over the top against really bad leverage. Something, again, none of these guys are finished products, okay? So I want you to know that. Like, I get it. We're going to make bad decisions at times. We're going to think we're going to be able to get the ball in there. I get it. What I want these guys to do and why I do these things is to break down not only, okay, what they didn't do right on a particular play to point out, oh, Will was bad on this play. No. What it's about is to go, okay, these are things I'm looking for. These are things guys need to continue to learn at the next level. It's not just about being in man-to-man coverage, but it's about the leverage of man-to-man coverage. I'm breaking on an outside breaking route. I've got outside leverage. That lowers, obviously, the percentage of being able to complete that pass. So now work through your process instead of trying to force it in and hope that you guys can make the perfect play. So, a lot of good things on tape with Will Howard. I like the process. I like the way he connects his eyes and his feet. very balanced as a thrower. Made a lot of really good second level throws. And then there's some things that you want to see improvement on, like the last play, just understanding the big picture, leverage of a corner, all right, body language of a particular player. And then I talked about the throws. Like there's a number of throws that you just say, okay, well, why are you missing that throw that badly? You know, an accurate quarterback is going to miss some throws, but normally the throw just misses. Normally the throw is kind of right there, and it looks like you want it to look. They just threw it a little short or a little long. But in the tape, and when you watch Will play, there's a number of times where you just kind of looking, okay, why did that ball bounce 5 yards before it got to him? Why did that ball miss 5 yards over his head? And when I watch him, that's what I continue to say is not necessarily a natural thrower. Will that come with time as he becomes more of a passer and he grows into that role? Maybe, because we saw great growth from K-State to Ohio State. Or will it be something that he continually fights? Good quarterback, but hard to move to that great level because just not a natural thrower of the football where, you know, that technique just takes over and leads you as opposed to you fighting some of the throws along the way.